Hello and welcome to the first video of the series, so the first real video to the series, aside from the introduction. And here's the first result of the programming stage. So let's hop right into it. So here we're just setting up our blueprint, so our basic setup. So we're choosing the first person action, and then just zombie survival, and then the Unreal Editor will just open up a preset, import it into the game or the programming stage, and then here and welcome. This is the basic setup. First of all, we will do a new folder just for organizing reasons, and we call it main. In there, all the stuff will be integrated. Then there will be structures, which will be the first step. We're setting up the character structure blueprint. And second of all, the skills, because we need each thing. So here I'm just setting up all the values integrated into the character. This might change in the future. It's health, name, stamina, carry weight. So if you don't know what's a structure is like a array of multiple variables. So you can just set up multiple things within one structure and call then the individual variable within the structure. So you set up the item, attach the structure to the item, and then you can call upon the individual variables within the structure. So now we're switching up to the first person character blueprint. In here, we will set up all the things we're doing. It's all subject to change. So not the basic principle, but what I'm doing. This is just pretty much learning phase. I'm integrating what I know, and then we'll optimize it probably later. So many steps we will include in the early stage might change in the later ones. So now we go to the structures once more, and we will set up the item. It's just a structure. And now we're setting up the user interface. So the first roundabout will be just inventory and opening up and closing it again, which is quite a long process for me. It's not much to do. You can watch a tutorial online. This series is not a tutorial. Here we're setting up our UI, so user interface, opening up the inventory. First step is to integrate a panel. It's called a canvas. So the first step here is to set up a canvas, which will be the outline of our monitor, and within that canvas panel, so it will scale to the individual monitor size. There will be the inventory screen, let's call it that, and that I'm doing with a border. I will change that up later, and we will get to that in a bit. But here my thinking process is like, okay, now we're setting up like an area where the inventory will be contained in. And now we need just like pieces to put in there and fill it in. So now I'm just a little bit trying out the individual lining up, how does it work, and then to get a little bit of a feel to it. So I'm getting there, and step by step I am reaching a bit more of an understanding how to do it. I'm just playing around with a lot of the values in the panel on the right side, as you say. But yeah, I just try to get it like squared, and then I switch back to the inventory and give it the item type, because later on we want to have the knowledge. Can we equip it, this item? Is it just junk, or is it consumable, or whatever. Just to have like things to know, and that I'm doing with an enumerator. Enumerator is like just a array of strings or states. I can call them like whatever I want. Like character states is he swimming, is the character running, is he walking, and so on. And after that, an item icon, because the item icon is a texture 2D, and this one needs to be integrated into the panel itself, so we know which item is where within the inventory, and then for sure there need to be a mesh, so when we drop it out of the inventory, it will be spawned within the world again. So that's I'm doing. And now here I'm just trying to get up like the basic lineup of the inventory. I'm just getting with a grid panel within the canvas, not like a border anymore. And just the border, I'm duping it within the grid panel. There's the option to make row and columns, and I can just dupe one row, put it in, and then change the row. So I get like the setup of the viewport of like a basic inventory. And then I change it to like round values and put it like in there to make it fit within the borders. And that's the visual indication for now for the inventory. Now we're going to try to put it within our screen. I'm doing that with a custom event, and the custom event is just creating the main hub. Here I tried it to, okay, let's do like a function, construct the inventory, put it in there, show it. But if I do that, nothing calls on it. So I know where it is, but nothing happens because I'm not calling the main hub now. And the main hub is not like the thing we should do in the future, because the main hub will be like very, very sparse. And aside that doesn't like add up, but you will see it in the next videos when we get to the full-on inventory integration. But yeah, here I'm just setting up the widget reference. With the widget reference, I can call upon the things within our UI or the inventory setup, and with that, it's like done and dusted, and that's good. So here I just messed up a little bit the organization. By the way, you can double click onto a line and add like a new way around, a waypoint, a node, like the little dot nodes, to move the line around so it stays organized. But yeah, now we need to call upon the event. And just to see if it works, my setup, I will call upon the function I made, so the create main HUD event, and I doing that on begin event play. So as soon as I start playing, the inventory will be shown. That's not very useful, but it's just like a check on, does it work? And now I'm setting up an interface to call upon the inventory. And I'm calling it the BPI, Blueprint Interface Open Inventory. And that will be integrated into the first person character, and also individual items later on to open up the inventory. Like a chest or something like that, or when we like gather loot or looting a cabinet or something like that, and there are items within it, or even no item in it, it will be called upon. And now I'm creating an input action, and this will be the input of the character to open up the inventory, and this will be the I command. And the input action is just like very basic, just an input action. I just did that, and now I'm setting up the blueprint for the master item, and I'm all integrating all these kind of steps within the blueprint, within the individual items. I set it up like that, and now switching up to the first person character again, I need to integrate that one as well. But yeah, and now we're going to call upon the open inventory event, and by that it's called upon, and now we need to do the function to open and close it again. First I tried to do it in the widget main UI, but this doesn't really work. So then I thought, okay, let's get the visibility and bind it. That didn't work either. And then I thought, okay, let's get to the input action I set up. Let's cast it to the grid. And by that, I'm calling upon the grid panel and setting it to visible by pressing I. I'm calling upon now the function within the UI, open inventory, but this doesn't exist yet, so I need to set it up. And here I go. The inventory will be called upon. Then I will be setting the visibility, and the target will be the grid panel. But here I check, oh, there is no getting grid panel. So I need to get it as a variable. So I just switch up back to the designer, put it in as a variable, get it, set it as a target, and set it to visible. By that, I just checked if we can get it hidden as well. Yes, we can. And now we will get to the enhanced inventory setup. All right, so now you see the inventory is opened, but cannot be closed anymore. So now we need to set that up as well. How we do that? We do that with a flip-flop. Depending on the state of the call, it will be doing the different action. So let's get our flip-flop. We got the flip-flop, and basically if it's not open, let's get it open. And if it's open, let's close it. So we're just lining it up to make it like good visibility, and then setting up like the hidden function again, because we want to close it again. So Control D, so we can dupe it, set the target again, and then the B command will be set to hidden. And now let's switch back, and here we are. We can close it and open again just by pressing I. Both commands work. So this is just a basic setup. It will be changed later on, but yeah. So this is the basic step by now. All the things I did here within 15 minutes, it was done like 2.5 hours to 3 hours. So yeah, it's quite a long process. I will keep it short and hopefully also educational and a little bit entertaining. But yeah, there will be in the next step the setting up of the health bar and the stamina bar. And we're going to start with setting up the inventory. And there will be so much frustration. But yeah, you'll see that in the next one. I hope you enjoyed it. And see you all in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye.